What's up, you guys? Hope you all had a great weekend. Cheers. Got a nice Topo Chico. Great drink. All right. Today, we're going to be talking about ticker symbol PLTR. We're going to be going over it on the daily, weekly, and monthly time frame in anticipation for Monday's trading day, May the 3rd. The huge thing that I'm going to start with Palantir is I'm starting to get incredibly bullish on the stock, and I'm going to be telling you guys why immediately. Because this stock overall has seen a decrease in short interest, and the shorts are definitely retreating within the stock, which is telling me that we're getting ready to start to see that something's going to happen. I don't know what it is, but I think we're going to be seeing Palantir start moving to the upside here soon. Hopefully, it's because they're going to be knocking their earnings out of the park, and we're going to be seeing the stock go up to $30. But before I dive too deep into this, if you guys can, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, make sure that you ring that bell. Whatever you have to do to make sure that all of them are clicked on, notified, and all that kind of stuff. Tickle it, poke it, dabble with it. I don't care. Whatever you have to do, just make sure that the like button turns blue and that subscribe button turns gray and that bell has a nice notification ring around it. But the huge thing here that I'm highlighting about Palantir is we're seeing a decrease overall in the short interest data on Palantir. And what this is telling me is that the shorts are covering their positions and they're getting the heck out of the stock, which is good because Palantir, I think honestly, is getting ready to take off. And I'm hoping it's going to be based around earnings, of them knocking earnings out of the park. I mean, we did see some really weird things last week with earnings and companies like Apple and Amazon knocking earnings out of the park, and they get like a 3% bump, and then the next day they turn red. So hopefully that this is something that's there. Maybe I'm just a little too hopped up on the hopium and all that kind of stuff, hoping that something's going to change with Palantir because I absolutely love this stock, and I really hope this stock utterly takes off. But when we take a look at the short interest data here, we can see that over the past couple of days that everything has been decreasing and kind of flatlining out. Our short interest or free float is now down to 3%. And to give you a hint, really before double click, it was as high as 8%. So they were trying to push the stock down. And the huge thing is the shorts have been covering and getting out of this position, which is great. Now, I do want to highlight the one thing that Palantir has definitely suffered from is insider trading. There has been a lot of insider trading going on within Palantir, and it's not the best thing for a company to have a lot of insider trading going on, because really, when we take a look here at the 1 month time frame, there's been 10 sell transactions. There hasn't been a single buy. And the most investors, if they see that the insiders are trading, they're selling off their positions, they're going to go, well, if they're selling their position, why should I buy into the stock? If anything, I should be selling out of the stock, kind of thing. Personally, I think this is normal, what's going on. And the amount of shares that are being sold is not huge. Like, it's very small positions within the holdings of this. And most of it, honestly, has been done by the CEO. It hasn't been a lot of people within the company. But even still looking at this insider trading, I am still incredibly bullish on Palantir, because I think once this company is understood by Wall Street and is understood by the general public, it's utterly going to take off. We saw it take off before the market correction. We definitely know that it can take off again, and I think it definitely will. So I just really wanted to point this out. The last insider trading that Ortex has recorded here is 2021-04-21. How is that date done? Because, oh, it is May. So the 21st of April was the last insider trading, and the shares that were traded was 638,630. So a decent amount of shares, but not something to be terribly concerned about. But when we hop back over here into the short data, we can see that it's definitely decreasing. So on the 21st, our short interest or free float was sitting at 5.5%. And it increased on the 23rd to 5.67, and then it's just only drastically decreased. Now, if we hop over here into the charts, Palantir did finish negative on Friday, but the huge thing to highlight is the general market also on Friday was down too. The S&P 500 was down. The Dow Jones was down. The Nasdaq was down. We also know that the shorts have been utterly piling into growth in tech stocks because of these large, lofty earning expectations. And the shorts are trying to capitalize on that because our earnings level is set so incredibly high right now that even if we miss earnings at all, it is going to be a huge detriment to the stock. And that's the huge thing that I want to highlight here is we do have the shorts coming in and hammering the stock. And now the fact that the shorts are pulling out of Palantir makes me at least raise an eyebrow and go, what do they know that we don't know? Because there's definitely something going on that is causing them to say, no, we're putting our hands up. We don't want to establish another short position. But really here with Palantir, the huge thing to take a look at is with our supports, we have 2280 is a very common support. We know 2350 is also going to be a level of resistance here. So let's find it at 2350. We did have a high of 2355, which is good, but the huge thing that I'm taking a look at is we had some very nice period. We had a nice period of consolidation here for pretty much the whole middle part of the day, which is good. Consolidation is definitely good, and this is towards the upper end. I would have preferred it to be a little bit higher, but hey, I'll take consolidation when I can get it. But if we hop out here to the 5-day time frame, you can really see where Palantir has been trading. We had our nice rip up, and then we had essentially two consolidation days, followed by now a massive down day here on Thursday. And then we pretty much traded flat, I'm going to say, on Friday. And for the broader market, that is definitely good. Now, the huge thing we want to keep an eye out on is how the market's going to be reacting to this, this Fed chairman saying that he's not exactly happy about the Fed's policy of where they stand with inflation kind of thing. Because now we're starting to hear an unease within the Fed. So are we going to start seeing tapering sooner? Are we going to possibly see interest rates go up? Like, what's going on here? Because we are definitely seeing inflation within the market. And the first thing that gets hit when inflation shows its eye is high PE ratio stocks. So Palantir, growth, and tech. Those are really where it gets hit first kind of thing. And we are still seeing the side effects of this. But the huge thing that I want to highlight here is we're still sitting within this channel of 2280 to 2350 that the stock really, like if we zoom out here, really likes to be in. Outside of our rip of up here for double click of buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. We had this pop. We had a pop here for a couple of days, but we couldn't just sustain it. What I'm going to look for is, are we going to have another day of consolidation tomorrow? Because if we do have another day of consolidation, it's good. The one thing I don't like, though, is we did cross the 200-day moving average, and we have crossed our 60-day moving average, which does put us technically, from a TA perspective, in bearish territory. So if we do make this run back up, hopefully we can have a bullish day, cross back over the 200 EMA, and then if we can really cross back over the 60-day EMA, that would definitely put us back in the into bullish territory. We did have the crossing of the 60 back here on the 21st, and then we had the crossing of the 200 on the 23rd. So we definitely can do it. And you can see once we made both of those crossings, we had a very bullish move to the upside. So I think if we make that crossing again, either sometime next week or right before earnings, remember, Palantir reports earnings on May 11th before the market opens. So during the pre-market. So keep in mind out for that. We do have the RSI sitting here at 42. We do have a bullish MACD sitting here. So we do have the signal above the MACD and we're headed towards the equilibrium. The huge thing though is we are definitely a little bit overextended. Not as overextended as we were over the past couple of days, but we still are overextended. Now, if we want to take a look here at the day time frame, this is the huge thing. So we have the 200-day moving average that's getting closer to our 15-day moving average. We do not want our 15-day moving average crossing over our 200-day moving average. That is a bearish signal. So hopefully the huge thing we can do is we can get our 15-day moving average, like I said, back above our 60-day moving average, which will put us in bullish territory and prime for a breakout. The reason why I say that Palantir is primed for a breakout is because if you see, we had a nice rip here in the beginning of the year, and then we've been consolidating and our volume has been slowly decreasing. So I honestly think hopefully on earnings and hopefully with earnings, we will have some form of positive sentiment come out of this stock and we will see a nice boom, or we will see a boom in the earnings of the famous phrase of buy the rumor, sell the news kind of thing. So keep that in mind. I honestly think Palantir will make a move because we still are below the Wall Street price target of $25. And then Goldman Sachs also has a price target of $35 on the stock too. So keep that in mind. Our RSI is in here at 46. We have a bullish MACD on the day time frame, which is huge. Now, the huge thing that I'm going to be taking a look at to the our upside, we're going to have a lot of resistance sitting here at 24.22. So moving to the upside, 23.50 and then 24.22 is going to be our levels of resistance that we'll encounter moving to the upside. If we do move to the downside, which I don't see a reason why we will, but I mean, the market has been really weird and we have seen some really weird things like Apple and Amazon beating their earnings, having a small pop, and then the next day finishing negative, which just does not make any sense in my head, but it's how the market's working. But if we break through 2280, the next level of support they're going to be looking at is going to be 2181. And then followed by that would really be down towards, I'm going to say 2123. But I really do not see us moving towards the downside unless if the market has a mass sell-off because of this Fed chair speaking out and saying that he's not exactly happy about this, because now we know that there's unease within the Fed. So will the market start pricing this kind of movement in? So keep that in mind. But really, that's what I got for you guys regarding Palantir. If you guys do have any questions or anything like that, feel free to drop a comment in the comment section down below. Remember to hit that like, that subscribe, and make sure that you turn on that bell. Also, if you do like this platform that I am using above me, it is called Webull. I do have my referral link down below. You do get 2 free stocks when you join Webull, valued anywhere between $8 and $1,600. You do get 1 free stock when your account is approved, and then the other one you deposit $100 on the platform. And since you did use my referral link, I do get a free stock as well. And then the only thing that I ever ask is if you do use my referral link, drop the free stocks that you get down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.